Have you ever wondered, beyond the famous wonders like the pyramids or the Great Wall, what other secrets is our Earth still hiding? Places so strange, so unbelievable, you'd think they came from another planet. Massive stone spheres scattered across a lonely beach, caves that glow like underwater cathedrals, a stone wave frozen in time, in the heart of a desert. In today's video, join me as we uncover 5 of the weirdest and most breathtaking geological wonders on Earth. Natural masterpieces shaped not by hands, but by water, wind, fire, and time. And trust me, by the end you might just want to pack your bags and go. The Wave, Arizona, USA. Deep in the arid desert of Arizona, where the sun scorches the land and dry winds sweep across rugged canyons, lies a wonder so mesmerizing it leaves even seasoned travelers speechless. It's not an ancient palace. It's not a mythical ruin. It's a wave made of stone. They call it simply yet powerfully the wave. Not a wave of water, but one sculpted by time, frozen in the middle of the desert. The wave is one of the rare places on Earth that looks like a dream but is entirely real. A natural artwork born of geological magic. From afar, it resembles a fiery red-orange wave rising from a sea of sand. But step closer, and you'll see every swirl, every curve, looks like it's in motion, though it's been still for millions of years. This wave is part of the Navajo sandstone, formed from ancient dunes compressed and fossilized through time. For millions of years, wind and rain have carved it, layer by layer, into ripples so smooth and flowing they look painted. It's a masterpiece sculpted by wind. But here's the catch, not everyone gets to see it. The wave is hidden inside Coyote Butte's north, a part of the Paria Canyon Vermilion Cliffs National Monument. And each day, only 64 people are allowed to visit. You have to win a lottery, literally. Yes, the entry permits are given out by drawing lots, because thousands apply daily for a chance to see this natural wonder with their own eyes. If you're lucky, you'll hold a small piece of paper that gives you access to one of the most surreal, untouched places on the planet. Standing in the wave feels like stepping into another realm. No cars, no buildings, no cell signals, just wind, stone, and absolute silence. When sunlight hits the curved ridges, the rocks glow like fire. On cloudy days, the sandstone shifts to deep earthen gold. The wave changes with the light, the time of day, and maybe even with your mood. Getting there isn't easy. You'll hike over 10 kilometers through harsh terrain. There are no clear trails, no phone service, and no signs. Just a map, compass, and your determination. But every person who's made it there says the same thing. It was worth it. Every single step. The wave isn't just a destination. It's an experience. A spiritual encounter with the raw beauty of nature. It's not made for the masses, but for those brave enough to chase wonder. So, would you go? If you won the permit, would you cross the desert, just to witness a wave made of stone, where time stands still and the world holds its breath? Giant's Causeway, Northern Ireland. Imagine standing on the rugged coast of Northern Ireland, where the cold waves of the Atlantic crash against the gray shoreline. But instead of jagged cliffs, you see a pathway, a strange, otherworldly path not built by humans. Tens of thousands of hexagonal stone columns rise from the earth, perfectly aligned like they were crafted by a divine hand. These basalt blocks lock together like a honeycomb, stretching from the cliffs down into the sea. They call it the Giant's Causeway. Legend has it that this was once the battleground of giants. Finn McCool, the Irish giant, challenged another giant named Bonandanner from Scotland. To reach each other, Finn built this entire path from stone, a causeway across the sea. But when Finn saw how massive Bonandanner truly was, he panicked and fled home. His clever wife disguised him as a baby. When Bonandanner arrived and saw a child the size of a house, he imagined the father must be a true monster. Terrified, he ran back to Scotland, destroying the path behind him to prevent Finn from following. Of course, that's just the legend. But when you stand here, surrounded by these strange formations, it's easy to believe in magic. Geologically, the Giant's Causeway is a masterpiece of heat and time. Around 60 million years ago, volcanic eruptions poured molten lava across the landscape. As the lava cooled, it contracted and cracked, not randomly, but into near-perfect hexagons due to uniform pressure across the surface. The result? More than 40,000 interlocking basalt columns, some rising up to 12 meters high, arranged like a colossal stone puzzle crafted by the earth itself. And the best part? You can walk across them. That's right, no fences, no handrails, just you and the ancient stones beneath your feet. You can step from one column to the next, like walking on the spine of a giant, or crossing a myth written in stone. When the wind whistles between the gaps in the rocks, it creates echoes, music of the land and sea. It feels less like a tourist site and more like a sacred place where nature speaks in its own language. Recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, the Giant's Causeway is more than just a geological marvel. It's a cultural symbol, proof of the Earth's creativity, and fuel for the imagination of countless generations. Giant's Causeway blurs the line between science and folklore, and it leaves you wondering, did giants once walk this path? Or is nature the true giant? The one who carved this wonder with fire, sea, and silence? Would you walk the path of giants? Would you take a step onto this ancient causeway and feel yourself walking not just through space, but through millions of years of story? Devil's Tower, Wyoming, USA. In the wide, open lands of northeastern Wyoming, a strange and towering figure rises abruptly from the plains. It's not a mountain. It's not a castle. It's not even a volcano. It's something much more mysterious. A monolithic column of stone, soaring 265 meters above the ground, with steep, grooved sides that look like they were clawed by a giant beast. They call it Devil's Tower. For centuries, this natural skyscraper has puzzled scientists, inspired Native American legends, and even become the subject of UFO theories. Because when you see it, you can't help but ask, how did that get here? To the Lakota, Kiowa, and other Native American tribes, this place is sacred. One ancient tale tells of a group of girls chased by a giant bear. To protect them, the Great Spirit raised the ground beneath their feet high into the sky. The bear clawed and clawed at the rock, leaving behind the deep vertical grooves we still see today. The girls? They were lifted into the heavens and became the Seven Sisters constellation, also known as the Pleiades. And when you stand beneath the tower and look up at those massive claw-like ridges, it doesn't feel like just a story. Scientifically, Devil's Tower is believed to be a volcanic neck, the hardened core of an ancient volcano. But here's the twist. There's no volcanic crater, no surrounding lava field, just this one lone, massive pillar of igneous rock, rising out of nowhere. Even now, geologists debate exactly how it formed. Some say it was magma that cooled and cracked underground, then was slowly uncovered as softer rock around it eroded away over millions of years. Others believe it was a laccolith, an intrusion of magma that pushed the surface up but never erupted. Either way, it's unlike anything else in the world. Devil's Tower is also famous for its unique columnar jointing. The long, geometric columns that line its sides like organ pipes or the spine of a stone dragon. They're so straight and uniform, they almost look man-made. In pop culture, the tower made headlines as the landing site for aliens in the movie Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Since then, it's drawn UFO enthusiasts, hikers, and rock climbers alike. Yes, people actually climb it. It's considered a mecca for climbers, but with deep spiritual and cultural rules. Out of respect, many climbers avoid ascending during June, a sacred month for native ceremonies. Devil's Tower is not just a rock. It's a symbol of mystery, of legend, of Earth's raw power. It's a place where geology meets mythology, where science doesn't have all the answers, and where the sky seems just a little bit closer than before. Would you dare to stand beneath this silent giant? To place your hand on its stone side and feel the weight of 50 million years pressing quietly back? Marble Caves, Chile. In a remote corner of South America, hidden deep within the wild heart of Patagonia, lies a place so magical. You might think it's CGI, but it's not. It's real, and few people on Earth ever get to see it with their own eyes. A glowing labyrinth of caves, rising gently from the still surface of a turquoise lake, carved not by tools, but by water, wind, and time. They call it the Marble Caves, a natural cathedral sculpted by nature itself. Located in the middle of Lake General Carrera, one of the largest glacial lakes in South America, the Marble Caves are unreachable by land. You can only get there by small boat or kayak, weaving your way through narrow stone arches. And that journey is part of the miracle. What makes the Marble Caves truly enchanting isn't just their shape, it's the light. In the morning, sunlight streams through the glacial blue water, and the cave walls glow from within. The swirling patterns of white, gray, and blue marble look like a living painting. By afternoon, the light shifts to golden orange, setting the caves ablaze with a soft, flickering glow. No two visits are the same. The hour of the day, the movement of the water, even the angle of your gaze, they all change what you see. Marble caves are never static. They breathe with the lake. But here's the wonder. These shapes were not carved by man. They were sculpted by pure water over more than 6,000 years. Wave after wave, year after year, glacier-fed waters slowly etched the marble, creating curves, pillars, and tunnels so smooth and symmetrical they seem designed. It's a masterpiece made not by force, but by patience. Stepping inside the caves, you'll feel a profound, almost sacred silence. Not just quiet, but stillness that compels you to lower your voice, to breathe gently, as if you've entered a temple. And perhaps that's why the most stunning area of the caves is called the Marble Cathedral. This isn't a place for tourist crowds. There are no cities nearby, no cable cars, no fancy resorts. Only those who seek slowly and arrive humbly will find it. And when they do, they don't talk much. They just watch. The Marble Caves are not just a geological wonder. They are a lesson in natural elegance. That the most breathtaking things in life don't always shout for attention. Sometimes beauty whispers. Would you place your hand on that cold, smooth marble and let the light dance across your skin, as if time itself had paused just for you? Moeraki Boulders, New Zealand. On a lonely stretch of beach along the east coast of New Zealand's South Island, something unexpected lies scattered across the sand. Huge, smooth, nearly perfect spheres of stone. Some the size of a child, others taller than a grown adult. They don't belong to any ancient temple. They weren't carved by any sculptor. They simply appeared. These are the Moeraki Boulders, a mystery that has sat silently by the sea for millions of years. To the Maori people, these stones are sacred. According to legend, they are the remains of gourd-like food containers that washed ashore after the wreck of the great ancestral canoe Ere Turu. That's why the boulders are often called the gifts of the ocean, fragments of a myth left behind on Earth. But science offers a different and equally fascinating explanation. These stones are not meteorites. They are not fossils. They are concretions, formed slowly beneath the seafloor over 60 million years, as minerals like calcite built up around a small core. Layer by layer, they grew, like pearls in the sand, until erosion finally revealed them. Some even have deep cracks filled with quartz, making them look like they've been cracked open by magic. What's eerie is how round they are, so perfect that they don't feel natural, but they are. And that's what makes them so mesmerizing. The beach itself adds to the atmosphere. During low tide, the stones sit exposed, silent and still, like giant dragon eggs waiting to hatch. But when the tide rises, many disappear under the waves, hidden until the ocean reveals them again. The Moeraki Boulders are a quiet wonder. No dramatic cliffs, no glowing lights, no noise, just stone, sand, and a legend, whispered with every crashing wave. Would you walk this beach at dawn, when the mist still clings to the shore, and wonder, are these stones just rock? Or are they memories of something long forgotten, waiting to wake again? Our planet isn't just forests, oceans, or cities. Hidden deep in remote corners of the world are works of art, sculpted by nature over millions of years, silently waiting to be discovered. Together, we've explored a stone wave in Arizona, a giant's path in Ireland, a solitary tower in Wyoming, a glowing marble cathedral in Patagonia, and ancient dragon eggs resting on the shores of New Zealand. These places aren't just beautiful. They remind us to stay humble, because we are just a small part of a much greater story written in rock, wind, and time. If this video sparked your curiosity, don't forget, like the video to let me know you enjoyed it, comment and tell me which wonder amazed you the most, or suggest what we should explore next, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel so you never miss the next journey where nature, science, and legend come together. See you in the next adventure.